me vuelve loco, que me come poquito a poco, esa negra linda.
Welcome. How you doing today, bro?
Good, and you guys?
Yeah, no, we're doing all right.
Thanks for having me on, dude.
Yeah, no, it's always a pleasure, man. I mean, you're one of the bigger names out here and shit. I mean,
I don't feel like that, but thanks.
I mean, no,
I'll work on it.
When did you start making music, man?
When I was out of the womb. I must
Musical.
admit, it's been a really long time.
Yeah, no, I understand. You do have a musical family. Your sister's real good too, and whatnot.
Thanks, yeah, she's gonna come out with her own stuff pretty soon, and both like English and in Spanish.
Just for the people who don't know, like, what's up with you? What are you doing? Like, what kind of music you make? And just
right
a little
now,
bit about yourself.
I focus mainly on like Latin music, Latin styles of music, including mariachi and salsa and New Mexico music and norteño. There's like a whole array of things I'm focusing on nowadays.
Nice.
I've opened my studio back up since I've been put down in COVID.
Yeah, that's a lot of people are doing. Yeah,
and it's slowly going, but we're going. It's not that we just work on New Mexico music mainly, but we work on all genres. We have a few artists that are in country and a few artists that are in rock, but
there's a big following for country around here too.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
There's a lot of country fans out here, and that's fine. I like country. I don't fall into that main. That's not my main thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Also, you do dabble?
I do, dude. I play in a band called Wild Country.
Yeah.
And I used to dabble a little bit with Danny Duran and Slow Burning, and there was a few. I was gonna get started with Roddy Gallegos from Santa Rosa. They were really good. So
that's what's up.
There's a few.
What musical instruments do you play?
So right now my mains are like bass, guitar, drums, and a little bit of keyboard. But I was classically trained, so I know how to play a little bit of piano, and I know how to play a little bit of every mariachi instrument, a few exotic instruments like the sitar, the harp. There's a few, man. There's just
what would you say is your favorite that you?
My first instrument, the drums.
The drums?
I love the drums.
I was expecting guitar, yeah.
I was born into a musical family, and the first instrument they ever got me, because I was like annoying them by banging on everything and hitting pots and pans with spoons.
Yeah, no, stuff. I understand. So your mother and father make music too?
Yeah, they're the main source of music that's coming through my veins, man. We have a band, and we're called Deseo, and it's with my mom, my dad, and myself, my sister, and a good friend, Christian Gutierrez, on the bass.
How would you describe your music?
My music is a little bit of old, a little bit of new. Like I play traditional styles in a new way with new twists. You know what I mean?
All right.
When I record a song, I have the old in mind. You know what I mean? So it has like some references to like older genres and older styles. You know what I mean? But then I think of what I learned in recent years, you know what I mean? And I try to incorporate a little bit of that.
When you say what you learn, are you talking like on the production end, or are you talking like...
A little bit of both. Like,
a little bit of both.
When I play instruments, right, I try not to play the same thing every time. Yeah. Literally, when I record something, and if it sounds like gold, and I try to reproduce it, I can't.
I feel you.
But I mean, I can get close to it, but it won't be exactly the same. I like to reinvent, you know what I mean? I know that people in my genre would appreciate the reinvention a little bit, you know what I mean? So I try to stick to that.
So since you've been in the game for so long, I mean, how old are you?
I'm already 23.
23 years old.
I say already, but...
No, I mean, yeah, that's young, bro. That's young. So, I mean, you've been doing it since a kid. I mean, how has your approach changed?
I think that when I get behind something, right, I start trying to think of what I would have done back in the day, and I just try everything and see how it works. You know what I mean? If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it really doesn't. When you come at it with like a professionalism, you know what I mean, and an ear from like a veteran ear, you know what I mean, like somebody who's heard a lot of stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
you tend to want to dumb it down a lot. You know what I mean? And when I was like younger, I was crazy. My music was like so different because I didn't think about how I was gonna play it. I just did it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel that.
So my most creative thoughts come when I'm not thinking so hard.
Definitely.
The basic of it.
When it just flows. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get that. What is your creative process? Like, how do you...
When I start a song, it just depends if it's an original song. I love making original songs, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'll start with the words right away. I like
The words first?
I hum a tune, and I try not to get to the chorus because if I do, that like stops my creative juices like right there.
Shit. Yeah.
I'll get going on the chorus, and it'll just be a repeat in my head, and I won't be able to figure out verses. Like,
Yeah.
and then with the music part, like as far as production, I think I got my formulas a little bit down to where I like them anyway. And then like I start to go a little bit like fast on the production, so I can just like I know that certain things go at certain levels and
Yeah.
it just the creative part is my favorite part.
Who do you think your biggest musical influences are?
Well, my parents were my first ones for sure. My
Yeah.
sister gives me a lot of like influence. You know what I mean? She gives me like the modernness. I love listening to her ideas.
Yeah.
But as of like majorly, I'd have to say like Metallica. They're a very versatile group, man. Like they can go
No
from
doubt. I didn't
anywhere
expect
from
that, yeah.
like super rough and like thrash
Yeah.
to like low piano and violins and it's a
And more
wide
classic, yeah.
man, that's one of my biggest influences in like the Spanish world. Honestly, I don't have like a major influence, but if I had to say like somebody who had like inspired me to come up and change my style, probably have to be around Michael Salgado or like the Los Huracanes del Norte, something like that. You know what I mean?
All right.
And Los Canarios de Michoacán. They're different groups that really they put their stamp on Spanish music for good. Like, so it's just like Metallica. Metallica is Metallica. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Los Huracanes are basically the Metallica of the Spanish world.
All right. If you could collaborate with anyone in the game, I mean, who do you think that would be? Just...
Well, I've kind of been begging you for years, bro.
Oh,
but-
nah.
I'm serious. I've been telling you for years.
You know what? We can do this right now.
Hell yeah, dude. That'd be sick. Well, we're
you
going to
for
do a
real?
live performance down the sec. So.
We'll do your live performance, but I'm talking something else. But yeah.
For sure, dude. Let's do it. I would love to do a song with you, honestly.
Yeah, let's do it for sure.
And, it's been a while, dude. I've had a project sitting in my freaking drives, but just it's been there.
Oh shit. Well, you know what? I'll definitely talk to you about that after the interview. But
For sure.
like on a famous level, who would you think would you?
Will Smith.
Damn, really?
Yeah, dude.
Man, you keep surprising me, bro.
Will Smith is a very versatile guy too, dude. He
Oh, man,
speaks
I mean-
many languages.
Yeah.
So I think, and he's all around a cool person, I feel. You
Oh
know?
yeah, you could just tell. Yeah.
So I feel like if he was to like come out of retirement for music, like be like,
Describe your perfect day.
the perfect day for me is just like waking up and not have to rush anywhere. You know what I mean?
Most def.
And hang out with my family for a good like the whole day. Honestly, I'd wake up, I'd make food, we'd hang out for a while, we'd come to the studio and make music, and then at the end of the day, I mean, just hang out with my family is like my favorite part of the whole day, man. Because during these hard times, it's different.
I understand now you're a family man and stuff. How has that been treating you, man?
Pretty good, man. Honestly, I've enjoyed it thus far, and I love my wife to death and my daughter, and we're expecting. So
Congratulations,
I'm having another
man.
one.
Congratulations. Where was the first place you ever performed?
The first place I ever performed was the Civic here in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Professionally.
All right.
Honestly, my parents brought me into the band here and there, you know what I mean, when I was a kid. But on a professional level, I played at the Civic with my parents, and that was the first gig I ever got paid for.
How many do you think showed up for that?
That gig, we had 300 people at the Civic.
Oh, nice. That was what's up. That's what's up.
It was packed. I'm not gonna lie. Those dances were the best.
Are you comfortable with where you're at in music?
I'm never comfortable.
You're trying to get further. What are your goals?
Well, honestly, I'm in the process right now of getting my music like internationally recognized. TiVo has this website where if you get into the Grammys and you become a voting member, you have to have your music recognized by allmusic.com. That is
all right. So that's your goal right now.
That's my goal at this moment.
Yeah. All right. Tell people what are some of the achievements you have in music that you're proud of?
Honestly, being just myself and not forgetting my roots, you know what I mean, is my biggest accomplishment thus far, I think.
Damn.
And
that's what's up.
I feel like every day's a struggle when you're like trying to come up, you know what I mean? Because I mean, people sometimes don't take to your music or
and I get that.
But the more you make people uncomfortable with you being you, the better off you are, dude, cuz that's you. You're not going to change for anybody and people will respect that, you know what I mean, sooner or later. So that's my biggest achievement. And honestly, if I had a dream goal, you know what I mean? Because I have separate goals, you know what I mean? I have a for now goal and I have a 10 years later kind of goal.
Like what are your dreams? Yeah.
My dreams are just to be happy all my life.
Oh, that's everybody, man. That's a good dream. That's everybody.
Nowadays, it's getting hard to do that, but I mean, we're gonna make it through. And
adulthood.
And and with my goals with my career and everything, I hope to be able to play main stages someday.
Yeah.
When this is all over and we have no restrictions whatsoever, and hopefully we'll be able to play anywhere. Like and be recognized, you know what I mean? That's the ultimate dream.
Who is your guilty pleasure musician / band? Some shit you might be a little embarrassed about, but you jam out anyways. You know what I mean?
I listen to all styles of music, like all styles. I literally 3 years ago would have been in Brazil playing with a band that speaks only Portuguese. So like if I had a guilty pleasure, it'd be like Ramon Costa from Brazil. Like, so that would have been the ultimate dream to play with them. So
how has this whole pandemic and stuff had an impact on the way you are doing things?
Well, first of all, like I don't play out anymore.
So you were doing a lot of that beforehand?
I was booked Thursday through Sunday, man.
Nice.
I was booked Thursday through Sunday, like, and sometimes with 2 gigs during the day. So if I had any like gigs that were coming up and they were like, oh, well, can you play? Like they called me on a Monday and they wanted me for Saturday. I really couldn't have done it. I was playing so much.
So you've just moved to the studio since then?
Yeah, dude. And honestly, we've adopted some protocol with the studio. You know what I mean?
Of course, yeah.
I make all of the people come in like with a mask, and we only allow one person at a time to track. Yeah. So, like, if you like have a whole band, you guys better know your parts. You're coming in and you record your part to a metronome and stuff. You know what I mean? Because
we enjoy people who use metronomes.
Yeah, we need that. We need that in the world. And we just tell them wash your hands with disinfectant.
Yeah, of course.
And we Lysol everything and wipe it down with Clorox.
So have you picked up any of the live streaming and shit that people do? Or
we used to do karaoke every Friday at 7, but we just stopped because we were having a lot of work to do, dude. With that, we had to set up all the boards.
Yeah.
And we had to literally set up all the instruments, and it was like a gig.
You're miking up a whole band, right?
Yeah, dude. If you want to check them out, you just check out my page on Facebook. It's Lil Reyes Montoya, and you just type in Karaoke Friday on the search. And anyway, what was happening with that was I was doing it off and on with my band. So I was doing it one weekend with just me, and I was singing legit karaoke. And then I was singing with my band every other Friday. And it was fun. So, I mean, but we just couldn't keep it going. There was so much work, man.
So to me, with what you were saying, that you're playing gigs all the time and stuff, it sounds like you were getting your practice in at gigs. So has it changed how you're getting your practice in? Or?
Definitely, yeah. I've been practicing like every day
just
because
at home?
I've
Yeah.
lost so much muscle memory. It's not even funny.
Yeah, no, I get that. I mean, I've been the same way. I'm not practicing my craft as much now that everything's shut down, you know.
When I stopped playing, dude, I was like, oh, it'll last for like a month, and then it lasted like 2 months, and then finally we didn't go back to school with my
Yeah.
daughter, and then I was like, wow. So I kind of let it go, but then I was like, I shouldn't have like stopped playing because I could have been over there at my house just playing for 4 hours straight up in my couch, not even worrying about it.
Yeah.
But the other day I picked up an instrument I haven't played in like forever, and I just like cramped, man. My hand was
Ooh.
cramping. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So it's all muscle memory. So you have to practice back again.
You gotta keep at it. Gotta keep at it. Has COVID and the pandemic changed your art in any way? Or not?
I try to be more like, I'm not trying to please anybody anymore at that point. I've at the point I'm at with COVID, I'm at home all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is like a rare occurrence. I'm even out.
Well, thanks for coming in.
Yeah, for sure. And when I'm at home, I'm like, do I like the way that sounds? And then I'm like, if I like it, I mean, I'll just be fine with it. But if I don't like it, I'll redo the whole thing.
No doubt.
And I have the time to do it now. So that's the best part.
What would you say is the best advice you've ever been given?
Just always think about the future. Don't think about the present. Always think about your future. Because if you're thinking in the future and you say your goals out loud and you make them a reality by just talking about them, you know what I mean? It helps so much in the long run.
No doubt.
So the piece of advice is stay in the future, not the present.
Do you have any message you want to give to your fans? Or
Just I love you, babe, and I love you, Jaden, and I love everybody in my family, and I hope they're watching.
no doubt. Do you have anything up and coming, like any moves you're trying to make, like in the short term, you want to shout out?
I think in 2020, I want to finish at least one whole feature-length album with somebody that I have, coming through. So,
All right.
because honestly, it takes time. Here, I know you guys have a lot of projects. You
Yeah.
guys have a lot of albums, you know what I mean, in the making. So, I mean, you guys could probably understand how long it takes. With my clients, I feel so bad that we've had to like push it all back forever. Like,
Yeah.
I have albums that are like a year old
Damn.
in my
Yeah.
drive. I just need to get them done. You know what I mean?
Mixed and mastered.
So like within the 3 months that we have left, I want to finish like one whole album.
That's what's up.
I want to be able to say, look, you can go to iTunes, you can go and pick a CD up somewhere else, like you can have it. It's there, it's done. And honestly, for my clients, it's been an emotional roller coaster as well. Cause like the other day we finished up a song with one of my clients and it's only a single, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we were in the studio, like getting all emotional, dude. Like it was like, we weren't crying or anything, but it was just like, oh, it's done. Like, because it had been in production for a year and a half.
Damn.
So
is there anything you'd like to promote real quick before we bounce out?
if you're watching this video and you want to like any of my videos on YouTube, go to Reyes Montoya on YouTube, Reyes, and then my last name is Montoya. And then also, if you want to become my friend on Facebook, you can just look up Lilrey, Lil Ray Montoya, and then DJ Lil Ray is my tag for every social media. So if you just type that in anywhere, you'll find it right away. So thanks, Black Diamond Studios.
All right, cool. Thanks for the shout out. Yeah, we're here at Black Diamond Studios, and we're about to get this performance started. So let's see what's up.
For sure.